Hello, guys, and welcome. Today we've got a very special deck list. This is something that, honestly, we've been hiding, because if everything goes according to plan, Lime is about to pop off. He's about to show it off at the Quicksilver Cup this weekend, and hopefully do well with it. So, Lime,
Yes,
welcome,
yes.
welcome. This is Advent Ciel, or as the title might say, Arcane Ciel, for that
So
clickbait purpose. Yep.
this is an interesting one, Tien, because this is a pre-recording. This is Thursday. I fly out tomorrow.
Yeah.
If I make this video and I go like 0-6, it is going to be hilarious for everyone. So for everyone watching here now, if I make this deck tech guide and then it just is really bad, then it's going to be really funny. But this deck list, we have been working really hard on it. It was kind of started as like a fun meme, and no one really believed in it. All the teammates were like, whatever, and kind of threw it to the side a little bit. But
Guilty as
then
charged.
yeah, the more we kind of played it and the more we refined it, the more real it became. So yeah, pretty much really fun deck. I think you played against it a few times, Justin.
Yeah, it is. It's a monster, honestly. Like the amount of damage it does, it just can wipe them on the floor with me with this deck. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Before we get into like how this deck works and all that, is there anyone you want to shout out that helped out a lot with the deck?
Yeah, so I guess Bobolus or Bob, he is also on the same list, not exact same 60. We have an argument every day about Flame Sweep and Carter. He's running Flame Sweeps, I'm running Carter, and we have our discussion. He also has a different sideboard to me. But yes, we have Bob also on the deck, and then we have Stretch, aka Alex, on the deck as well. I also want to, I guess, shout out the Advanced Element guys from Sydney. So funny thing, Justin, how I actually started making this deck idea, or just started making it, was it was like 3 a.m. on like a Saturday night, and they were doing their like DTR like card ratings or whatever, like a live stream, and it was they were wrapping it up or whatever, and Nathan was like looking at they're looking at Baleful. It's like near the end of the list, right? And he's like, "Oh, this would be really funny with like Advent, ha ha ha," and I like it just like kind of like what dawned to me. I'm like, 3 cost fast, deal 15 through Spell Shroud to the whole board but yourself. Whenever, like, whatever, like, just it costs 1 extra than a Fireball, but we'll probably be dealing like double what a Fireball is.
Yeah. That
So
sounds insane.
like, yeah, so like with that kind of like coming into my brain, I was like sure, you have to find it and you have to like, and like the whole deck doesn't, like the first iteration of this deck, it was very like, it was like Advent or bust. But as we kind of moved, like I'll go through the iterations as like when we go through the actual deck, but as we like moved through the iterations, it became less Advent focused. And it's like, you see it, they're dead turn 3. You don't see it, you just punch them in the face like a few times and they die. So it's like, it's kind of got more pathways now. But yeah, I was the Advanced Element guys talking about it, and I was like, there's no way that a 3 cost 15 damage AoE cleave Fireball through Spell Shroud can be a bad card. Ever. Like,
Yeah, no,
we're used to doing like
straight up can't.
Icebound Slams for like 8, and this is like 15
Yeah.
fast speed. Like, it's just crazy. And then like I threw like a very rough list together, and I took it to like the first training session. And then like that was when a few of the guys didn't believe in it, and I like 2-0'd Min on Genbu before Lost in Thought was banned,
Yeah.
and he beat you, and you were on Lux and Xander, and I was like,
Yeah.
this is looking pretty good.
Yeah, Min first timed the deck. I was playing a deck that I've played quite a bit. He first timed it, he just pummeled me, and I was like, cool, I think this might be real, guys. Yeah.
And then from there, I haven't like I was before that I was going to take Ensol to Quicksilver Cup, and I think a lot of people thought I was going to bring Ensol. I believe a lot of Kiwis think I'm on Ensol. I have heard that people are running Resolutes. People think that Ensol's coming. There will be Ensol decks, don't get me wrong, but I was going to be on it, but I kind of like every time I played this game, this deck, I fell more and more in love with it, and it pulled me further and further away from Ensol. And then yeah, like I don't know, maybe a week into working on this, I just started playing it full time. So taking it to locals, playing with like randoms on Discord, and like just obviously asking them not to share it or anything like that. Like it's been very fun experience to build it, and it's probably the funnest deck I've played since Umbridana. Don't know whether that's this deck or whether it's Ryle though. I'm not sure. It could be Ryle that's giving me that fun experience, or it could be the actual deck. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah. Well, let's hope they don't nerf Ryle, because that might happen sooner or later. Or they might just ban the
Yes.
card. It's extremely strong. But the one fun thing about
Very
it is
true.
it's brought back a lot of the fire decks. Like Fire Diners come back, Fire Edsouls come back, Fire Merlin.
Yep.
Even Luxem is stronger. Like there's a lot of old decks coming back, so it's a very fun meta. But at the same time, it's all hinging on that one card on Ryle Abyss.
There was a Fire Umbra Diner at locals last night, and thank God I dodged them because they were killing the other Advent Seals. So I dodged Umbra Fire Diner.
Yep. Well, pretty sure no one's playing that deck, or like at most it'll be one person.
Oh, you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm calling it now. Like, obviously, I know a fair few of the New Zealand guys. I guarantee you that Hamish, Holy Samurai, I bet you he's on Umbra Diner, and if he is, I've got to dodge him like the plague on Saturday.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So now that we've to roll off back into the actual business. Yep.
Yep. Now that we've rambled for a solid 5 minutes, apologies for that, but yeah, let's get into it.
I do want to make a disclaimer. Before you do anything else. The stuff I'm going to talk about in the deck and in regards to the deck, it might be a little bit more advanced than usual. It's not going to be like a basic guide. There is a lot of technicalities in here that we are using to kind of get ahead. So I do want to make that disclaimer that some things might sound a bit like high tech, and it's because the deck can be very like high ceiling at times.
Yeah, that does sound good. So, but at the same time, we do have to like go through the basics of the deck because not everyone knows. Like even the whole Advent+Baleful thing, some people don't even know what those cards do. So I reckon let's start with that.
Correct.
So why do you have Advent in your deck? For anyone who doesn't know, here's Advent on the screen.
Yes. So Advent is a card. It is the most expensive card in the game. It is a 15 cost. It is an arcane card, so Seal cannot activate it. Has efficiency. Normally a Rye would like Power Overwhelming Advent and deal 2 damage with it. For each arcane banished, you can read the card, as you can see. But we are running a card that, by the way, Justin, Baleful is still on the unplayed list. No one's played it yet. Don't ask me how. But Baleful is unplayed, yes.
You're going to be the very first one to play it then. Oh,
I hope so. I don't know why no one. Surely the normal Seals are running this card. It's still a cleave. It's still an AoE.
Yeah, it's
like, I don't understand why they wouldn't be running it.
It's solid.
Yeah. Anyway, so there is a card in the deck. If you want to click on Baleful Oblation, Justin.
Oh yeah, I've got the thing. It's coming up as you speak. I'm just moving my mouse to it. So.
Perfect. Cool. So 5 costs. This costs 2 less to activate. Deal X damage to all units except for your champion, where X is the lowest reserve cost among your omens. So what we do with this deck, the deck main artillery is Baleful Oblation with Advent. You're kind of banishing Advent early if possible. If you can't banish it early, your Orb of Sealing your stuff, which we'll get to in a minute about how that works as well. But yeah, we're doing 15 damage with this card at fast speed, 3 cost. It doesn't target, so you can't innovate agility. You can't. Your Deer Spell Shroud isn't really helping you, although it will half the damage, but you're still taking 7 and your Deer's dying for 3. More often than not, if you can get a good Ryle turn off and a good Ryle game off, you can just pay 3, Baleful for 15, recollect Baleful for 15 and deal 30 in a turn. It's very easy to do. You're also being able to turn 4, you can wait for them to pay 3 for their backup charger, and then their recollection step just kill them, so they can never put their hand down. So yeah, this is very, very underrated. I don't think they practiced this as much as they should, as in I'm talking about the testing team. I think a lot of people look at Advent and look at Baleful and think to themselves like, okay, yeah, it's a meme, it's janky, you've got to find Advent. It's like only 4 cards in the deck. But this deck is drawing half its deck. So like you're drawing so much, like your hasties are coming down, you're drawing with your hasties, your liminal's drawing cards, you're like riling, you're creative shocking, your cremation ritualing, like it, and even if you don't, as I said earlier, even if you don't see an Advent, like you just start punching for 6 at level 3 anyway, and then when you eventually see it, you just do what you want to do anyway. So that is what the main thing revolves around. The other thing we have is Extorting Blackjack, Justin.
Yep.
Extorting Blackjack, also a meme card. People see it and think it's silly, and it's probably hard to activate. It's a 2-cost attack, deal 2. As long as the total reserve cost among your omens is exactly 21, it does 12, and you recover for each different omen value cost you have. Now, with the Grand Scenarii, which is our Umbra Sword that we have, this is coming in for 18 when we have 21. So this comes in for more than Baleful. It's really good into Luxem's Zenna, because Luxem's Zenna always has those pesky in caps for my Baleful. Now, the thing about this deck is that because Advent is a 15 cost, we only need 2 3 costs and a 15 cost to do Blackjack. So only 3 cards. So that means turn 4 to turn 5, you can just Blackjack for 18, which is a lot of damage for one attack for a 2-cost.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. It's like the backup plan that you have.
And even then, like let's just say we don't see Blackjack or Advent or anything like that. You've obviously the other finisher or the other way to deal with things is like you just you play your Carter, cleave for 4, you play your Varuckan Acolyte, swing for 3, your sword's coming in for 6 every turn. So like he's able to like pepper you, so to speak. Like he's able to just poke you enough that you will fall over. But yeah, all right, let's go into the actual cards.
Yeah, so I was
We'll start
thinking.
with the material deck.
Well, actually, before that, I was thinking we should go through. So now that we know the wincon, we should go through what this engine thing is. This for anyone who hasn't seen it, we should go through what the Specter Package is and why it's so OP.
Yep. So we have, I believe, 17. I don't think I've changed it. 3, 7, 11, 15. Yeah, so I run 17 Specter cards. There is a card in the deck called Rile the Abyss. It is now a 20 USD card for a rare. It is a very strong card. I'm sick of hearing it. Everyone talks about 24/7 wherever I go. The whole conversation is Rile wherever I go. I think that's... I'll read what it says, obviously, first. So what it does is it is a 3-cost fast, draw a card, then discard up to 2 Specter cards. For each card discarded this way, draw an additional card. So we have some float in here. We have Undying Dreams and Evercurrent Raider. These cards both are Specter cards and they have floating memory. So we are able to discard 2 of them and draw 2, plus 2ing ourselves float-wise. So we're able to use them to level up and we haven't lost any cards. We've also cycled 2. But then on top of that, we have the now very expensive Liminal Guide in our deck. We have 4 Liminal Guides, which when this is discarded, if you level up, you get to draw a card. So Specter Package, Specter Engine, it's very fast. It does take a lot of slots. It's taking 17 slots. It's a lot of slots. Although 7 of those are float, so it's like crossing over with my float count, which is at least good. The Fleeting Guard's there for like Burst Asunder, so it kind of helps as well. But yeah, it is a strong engine. It is a powerful engine. I don't think it's like broken enough that like something's going to happen because unless there's like a 90% meta share, I do feel like there will be a counter for it. So I'm just prepared to. I've chosen to take a Specter deck. I've chosen to take a Rile package deck because it's the first event. The first events are normally famous for having the weakest built decks. Like you're going to have decks from the last set, and this set's obviously been power crept. Everyone has agreed this set is power crept. So you're going to be versing decks that are either perfected from last set, which have been power crept, or you're going to be versing new decks that aren't fully refined yet. So that's the reason why I've chosen a Specter deck as well, because like the more refined a Specter deck is, it's like Ensoul. Like a well-built Ensoul is so consistent that you can Ensoul the same turn every game. This is nearly perfected to the point where I can do what I want to do by turn 4 and 5 every game.
Yeah, that's definitely true. It's like the first event of every set is people don't know what they're trying to deal with, so they don't have the counter cards to deal with them. So then that's like kind of like a wild west thing where anyone can play whatever they want. So that's why this kind of deck thrives. And also fire aggro should be thriving as well. That kind of deck works extremely well.
Correct. Aggro always thrives in the first event as well. Like I'm very transparent with everything in regards to this. Like I think that this deck will do really well at Quicksilver Cup. I am hoping to get day 2 at least. But I think after this deck becomes public and people are on it, it's going to be harder to surprise people. It is a gotcha deck. People aren't ready to deal with 15 damage turn 3 and 4. People aren't, running, like we're running Annul Spells, so we can annul Riles and we can annul Ensouls and stuff. If we get Annul Spelled, it's a bit rough, but no one's running that card. So it is definitely like a gotcha deck in the Wild West that like we're taking advantage of. I think that like moving into Boston and Auckland, there'll probably be more refined counters maybe in Wind and Water that will make this, I guess, not as strong. But I don't think this will ever be not like a top tier deck for the next like at least few months, because it is very refined. It's hard to deal with. It has flexibility. It has answers. And it has 3-cost deal 15 turn 4. So like that's the thing. Like I had some of the training partners I have been training with like have messaged me and they've said like I've been building all these other Rile decks and every time I build it they can't do 15 damage turn 4. So what's the point? So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Baleful.
It's pretty crazy.
15 damage is so good because it's literally like the turn you hit level 3 as well. There's no drawback.
Correct.
There's no like setup. Like for example, Mel that needs a few turns to get her level counters. There's none of that. You just play
Yes.
this card. You one shot anyone who's still on Spirit that doesn't know what's happening.
But even like level 1, like level 1's 19 health, Justin, you get 2 hasty swings off, and they're dead because you've got 15, and then Seal level 3 end step deals 2 unpreventable damage. So it's not 15; it's going to be 17 at least if you're killing them. So like if you believe you can get like 1 liminal hit and 1 hasty hit off, or 1 dungeon guide hit off in your first 3 turns, you can kill them with Baleful.
Yeah, and something like Liminal Guide you'll be doing so consistently as well. Yeah. So yeah, you can give them 19 health thresholds, even 20 you could probably do pretty easily.
Even 22.
Yeah, so you can kill some level 2s. Nice. Yeah. So should we go into the material deck as you were saying before? We'll start with
Yes.
Let's go down the list. So Serene, Spirit of Fire. Why did you pick this over like a normal Spirit, or even I guess some people would argue Fragmented is playable? The last one we don't talk about.
I've tried all three. So I was on normal Spirit, and Bob was on Serene, and I said I don't need Serene. I've got 30 life. I want to draw more cards. I want to obviously see more cards. But I kind of got convinced, and like throughout games, I realized that seeing 7 cards is worse than seeing 6 cards and nearly guaranteeing a Creative Shock Float or a Ryle Specter. So, like, you know, if I draw 7 shit cards, then I'm not in a good spot. But if I can glimpse enough to make my starting hand playable, then I'm fine. And then my next step was like, all right, let's go Frag instead of Serene, because I wanted to be. I'm like, Frag, you get to draw that 3rd card, so it's perfect, right? You get your card back. I've got the HP, blah blah blah. But then you've got these aggro decks and these suited decks that are just blowing you up, like turn 3, turn 4. Like if you do not have a Resolute, if you do not have like a Star Wars Shieldman with like a Fleeting Guard, you're like just dying. And it's like, it's not worth that extra 3rd card. That extra 2nd card you get at level 3 with Frag is not worth it when our wincon costs 3 anyway. I don't need 8 cards really. Like I love it. I love having 10, 12, 15 cards, but you don't need it. You don't, like, this deck needs 4 cards. Because, like, even let's just say, like, there is counterplay. Let's say there's Frostbinds. Let's say there's, like, all those type of cards, right? Like, there is ways in this deck, which I'll get to, that you can deal with that stuff as well.
Yeah.
So with that kind of in mind, and, like, playing with Serene, it came to, like, realization that the deck's wincon is not... It's going to sound crazy, and it's going to sound very out of the box, the way I say this, right? This deck's wincon is not Advent or Baleful or Blackjack. Okay, Justin?
That is...
This deck's win deck is... I know, right? This deck's win con is that it has 36 life.
Honestly, yeah. I did feel that, actually. When I was playing into it, a lot of the times, like, for example, on Diana, I would blow the steam off with using Cheshire Cat and, like, the Ranger Boots, and, the Ranger Strides, and, like, after that point, you can't kill it. 36 health is insane.
Yeah. And
like,
then Carter, heal, bring Carter back, heal.
Yeah, you can heal as well. It's the craziest part. You can heal more. And
that's the thing I've had, like, with aggro. Like, I've versed everything now under the sun, except for Umbradina. I didn't verse that. I should have, but I didn't. Everything, like, aggro, we've got, like, Pfizer, we've got Philo, we've got Suited, we've got all this stuff. Like, they're scary, and they can beat. Like, it's not, I don't win every time. It is a hard matchup sometimes. But they blow their steam. I release my Spirit. I Dungeon Guide. I level to 2. I Dungeon Guide to 3. I have 30 life. They've done maybe 14 damage at this point, because they're trying to kill me at level 1. They do, like last night, locals, like, try to kill me turn 3. On my turn 2, his turn 3. Crazy, by the way. Release down to 14. Level 2, discard, draw, like, a liminal if you want, whatever. Dungeon Guide. The Suzaku player now has to do 16 damage after his Steam turn before I do, like, 15. Which, like, I just swing with a sword for 6 every turn. Like, in those matchups, I don't even need to Baleful. I just need to live through that Steam turn and just start bonking them for 6 with my sword, and, like, they die.
Yeah,
because that bonking for 6 is bonking for 8, because at the end of every turn I'm dealing 2. So it's like it's doing 8 every turn. So I'm pretty much doing, like, without paying any cards. I can hold up my reactions. I'm swinging for 6 and dealing 2 every turn. It's like throwing a fireball every turn.
It's extremely strong.
And, like, not to mention, like, on top of that, like, the fact that if you are in a dire situation, there's suited cards out there, or there's, like, a lot of health stats and stuff. Like, that 2 damage from your level 3. I'm talking about level 3, by the way. The banish, deal 2 whenever you banish an omen.
Yeah, so for context,
You're able to deal.
sorry, the bonking is Grand Sonnery, swing, and it gets extra damage from what is it called?
Advent, or whatever.
Not Advent. It's the mastery from your level 1.
Survival possessions.
And then also, every turn you banish a card from your level 3. Yeah, could add context to that one.
The bonk and the ping. Yeah. But like having a dungeon guard on the board with the level 3 effect from Seal, like you're able to just clear the board every turn. Like you're able to swing 1 at something, at a lurking, and deal 2 with your banish. And like doesn't sound like much, but every time if Seal is like innately dealing with an ally every turn when they're already out of steam, like that's it. That's the end of the game. You know what I mean? So like with all that stuff, I know I'm rambling. It's gonna be like a 50-minute video maybe at the end. Who knows? But
it'll take a while.
Yeah. So with Spirits, that's why I picked Spirit of Serene. I don't need the extra card. The heal 6 is better. The 36 health is daunting and is hard to deal with. Also, like, you're going to have players that forget your Serene as well. And like that stuff, like you don't want to obviously rely on it. But when that stuff happens, it like helps the situation. Like they'll go all in and they'll go, oh crap, you had Serene, and then they're out of steam, right? So great thing to have. Seal 1, 2, and 3. We're very basic, so Seal is Seal. I decided to play Seal on top of obviously the Advent stuff. He's an Umbra deck. He's an Umbra. I love Umbra. I'm an Umbra Diana player.
Yeah.
So any chance I can play an Umbra deck. I played Wintristan, won some regional. I won a regionals, top 4 regionals with Wintristan too. So I'm an edgy guy. I like edgy stuff. Umbra's cool. Anyway. Backup Charger is a backup charger. Most level 3 decks will be running backup charger. It's +1s. Into other Rail decks, I think I said this in my Merlin video, but you kind of have space when you're going first to backup charger. Also can help you if you're in dire straits to level up as well. But more often than not, it's just used when you're going first. Chalice of Blood, it is a Cat 1 card for a reason. Is it Cat 1 or Cat 2 now? It's Cat 2, right?
I think it's Cat 2.
Pretty sure it's Cat 2. Cat 2 card for a reason. I have 36 life. If you're not going to one-shot me, I'm probably going to draw 2 cards off it.
No one's one-shotting 36 health as well, by the way.
Yeah.
You can't one-shot that.
No way. I mean, maybe Genbu. I've been one-shot by Genbu before,
Okay.
But I think that's about it.
Only one deck that can do it.
Yeah. But yeah, Chalice of Blood, very great card. Great in Jin, great in this. With Serene as well, you're able to like go up to 22, 23, 24, and then if you need to release after the Chalice, then go for it. All right, this next card. This is the best card in the deck. Are you ready? This is insane. So a lot of people have taken this card out of their deck, and I am shocked that they're taking this card out of the deck. Now, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to try, though. It's funny to try it.
Good luck.
It is a Manxome Armoire. Maybe. I don't know. I call it a cupboard. I just say I pull out the cupboard. That's literally what I say.
It's a lot more visual, a lot more easy to understand.
So it says it is a 0 cost Guardian accessory seal bonus. Banish the cupboard. Return one of your omens to your hand. If you do, banish a card from your hand and put an omen counter on it. Now, looking at this just from the first layer, it's cool. You get a card back. You can put a card in. You can swap stuff if you want different numbers. But once you kind of graze the surface, this thing is so strong in so many ways. This thing is used in so many ways. I called it a Swiss Army knife today. I think it's a Swiss Army knife, to be honest, at this point. So I'm going to go through them all because obviously I'm already in the tournament, so I may as well give all my secrets, right? Justin, that's how it works, right?
Yeah, that's what we're doing here. Since everyone knows, we might as well share all the sauce, all the spice.
Yeah, we may as well. I mean, I think I said I'm getting off this deck after this event, so I'm lucky Bob's staying on it, so Bob's going to get cooked when I give all the secrets out.
So you've cooked Bob, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Poor guy.
All right, so this thing here, this wardrobe, this cupboard, you're able to fast banish a omen. So you're able to deal 2 unpreventable damage from your level 3 seal bonus when you play this. So crystallized destinies you can pop. Arcane spell shields you can pop. Any spell shields you can pop. It's 2 unpreventable, so they don't even get anything. It just breaks the shield. So a lot of people aren't ready for that. A lot of people don't realize that it's going to be a fast deal 2. It's also a situation where my reach goes from +2 to +4. And what I mean by that, in the advanced talk, is that whatever damage I'm doing to you on this turn, it is +2 because my end step I get to banish and deal 2. So my reach to kill you is an extra 2 because I have that extra 2 on top of whatever I'm doing. Once you have the wardrobe out, your reach becomes 4. So I have +4 reach and everything that I do, to lethal. So if I'm doing 15 damage with a Baleful and I have this out, I have lethal because that's 19 damage. I have 15 plus 4. A lot of people don't realize that +2 reach, and they'll safely hold a Deflecting Edge or they'll hold a Veiling Breeze, and they'll be like, okay, I'm safe. And then a 2 Unpreventable will come in at the end that they can't block, and they die. So a lot of people are getting caught with that unpreventable damage that they're being caught on right at the end, and it's like, oh, game over, I guess. Like they get a bit shocked by it, like, oh, fuck, 2 damage. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do think it's pretty sneaky. The level 3 at the end of your turn, and then now you've got the extra 2 damage thing. Like I forget about it all the time. The level 3, like at the end of your turn, you'll just do 2 unpreventable.
Yeah, and another thing with this obviously is like being able to choose what you get back and what you put in. So Orb of Sealing can be annoying. If you get your Advent Orb of Sealed, it's like kind of frustrating. Like we have obviously answers. We can reduce to Ash their Orb of Sealing. We can reduce to Ash our own Orb of Sealing if they fracturize their Orb of Sealing, which flips them all over. But I did get confirmation that this returns one of your omens to your hand. An omen card is an omen card if it's face down or face up. It doesn't lose any omen counters. Whether it can see what it is or not see what it is an omen card. So I'm able to actually pick my face down Advent of the Stormcaller, and I'm able to add it to my hand. It obviously flips back up, and then I get to put it back in the wardrobe, and it's now Orb of Sealing. So if someone's to Orb of Sealing my Advent in like my end, I don't know, on my turn or in their end step, and it's rested with Orb of Sealing, I can go, yep, wardrobe, flip it, double Baleful, you're dead, which is really good as well.
Yeah, I mean, 15 damage twice is always good. No matter what, but yeah.
That's also like that's 3 very different ways you can use this one card. Like they're very different ways,
yeah, so
which
you
is
can
crazy.
Recycle a card like Baleful, for example, one of your key cards, and just use it again, which is actually insane. Yeah, because if you for some reason get unlucky, you have 3 Balefuls at the bottom of your deck. You can use the like 1 copy that you have found twice, thanks to this.
And not to mention, if you've drawn 2 Advents, you can go Baleful for 15, goes to drop, put it into omens. Armory, put the second Advent in, bring this back to hand, Baleful for 15. Not to mention, like, I versed Ensoul the other day. Ensoul is like, it's actually unwinnable for Ensoul now. It's very sad. You Annul Spell their first Ensoul. They have to pay 9, which they can't pay. And then what I'll do is I'll banish the Annul Spell, I'll bring Wardrobe out, and then I'll just, whenever I feel like it, they just can't Ensoul as long as I have it there, because I'll just bring Annul Spell back. But then I just leave it there. So, like, they never can commit to the Ensoul. Even though I don't have an Annul Spell in hand, they know I have an Annul Spell. Like, it's just sitting there. I can play it whenever I want. So they can't commit to an Ensoul until they have 10 cards in hand. By the time they do that, they're dead. And I don't even have the card.
That's insane, yeah. So this card is so
it's like just like
you can
intimidating. It's like intimidating the card, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so with this you can find anything. It doesn't have to be Baleful. You can use it as a key counter card. You can use it on
double carders, like recarder a board. You can, re-Spirelle. You can Regal Inquisition twice with it. Like this is the most important card. Not the most important card. That's a very hot take. But this should have been a UR. This shouldn't have been in the starter deck. This card is like insane. If this wasn't in the starter deck, this would have been like a $30 Regalia easily.
I think we've got.
I was very sad when it wasn't. True. I was very sad when it wasn't the launch kit thing. It was the sword. It should have been this.
Yeah, but I guess no one's figured out. Well, I guess the devs might have known, but no one's really figured out like every use for this card just yet.
I was talking to Caven. I was talking to Caven today about this card, and I brought up the breaking of the Crystallized Destiny to Caven, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't think of that." So like, yeah, people haven't really played tested with this deep enough to realize its like strengths. Like, I don't think.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have tried some versions of CL, but no one thought of Baleful CL, or some people did, but not most people. And that's kind of made it so like people are sleeping on CL. They've kind of like dropped his testing, and that's probably why no one figured out that this card is so insane.
Well, a lot of people, I've been like putting cryptic messages in the seal competitive thing. I just write pew and like read it pretty much.
Yeah.
But they're all on water. They're all doing water and like wind, and it's like, I mean, like water. I think I'm gonna try a water control seal at some point, but it's like water's taking like 6-7 turns. You're getting to like 5 omens, and it's like, why do that? Just deal 15 turn 4 and move on with your life. Like until at least either Rail gets hit or there's like people start answering it. Why would you not?
Yeah, I guess no one's really connected the
dots.
It
feels like erupting. It feels like erupting sometimes, actually. Like it feels like erupting. It feels like a Rye deck. It feels like a Merlin deck. Like it feels very spell slingy.
Yeah, the irony
That's why I got
is
these new
he's not
sleeves.
a spell.
I'm gonna show off my new sleeves. I'm sleeving the deck right now. I just finished sleeving it. I've got these cool like spell slinger sleeves I've got ready for it, which is kind of cool as well.
Nice. Yeah, it
But
is
yeah,
interesting how this
that's
is like,
that card.
it's kind of like a mage deck. It doesn't feel like a guardian or warrior, like anything with a sword, because you're literally throwing a spell at someone for 15 damage. Like, even the mages can't even do that. Like, this is
Yeah.
actually just Arcane CL. We have,
Yes, literally
yeah,
Arcane Seal.
Arcane is finally back, and it's not Rai who's doing it.
I messaged Yuki, Lucky Yuki, and I was like, I was hoping to like ask if how much commissions are and stuff. They're a bit expensive at the moment, but I wanted to get like you've got on the screen. I wanted like an Advent Seal, like him floating in the sky with like lightning and stuff. It would have been sick.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
All right, we're probably taking too long. Let me start going more fast.
Well, this card, I do have a question about Orb of Sealing, because you mentioned that this can be used to counter your deck, although you can wardrobe it, but it does actually flip up the Advent so that Baleful can't see it. But why do you run it then, if it counters your deck?
So, Orb of Sealing, actually, it's funny when me and Bob verse each other. Just a quick input. When we both run Orb of Sealing, it's really funny because we both just seal our stuff and then we just hit each other for like ever. That's quite funny. Orb of Sealing is there for a specific combo. It's also there because, I mean, we may as well just Orb of Sealing Rise Arcane cards while we're at it, right? We may as well. Like, it is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
who cares? Get them out of the way. But no, so Orb of Sealing, there is a situation where you can go. So Blackjack takes a 15 cost, a 3 cost, and a 3 cost, so 21. So there is a combo where if you have enough influence, you're able to Blackjack for 18 or 14 or 12, whatever it is. Orb of Sealing your 2/3 costs. So how it works is when Omen is Orb of Sealed, it can't see its cost anymore. So the lowest cost is whatever can be seen. So what you do is you Blackjack for 14, or 16, 18, whatever. You Orb of Sealing the 2/3 costs, and then you Baleful for 15 because it can only see the Advent.
So Orb of Sealing basically is like, it's used to flip your cards back. Like, look, when you make omens, for example, you want to do 2 extra damage with your level 3. You do have to get rid of those omens, or else your Baleful can see them now. So which is why you flip them upside down, and so it can only see Advent.
Correct.
As a TLDR.
Correct. Yep. There's also obviously the Blackjack Baleful combo. Another combo as well is that if let's say you've Baleful first and then you want a Blackjack, you're actually able to reduce to Ash your own sealing to flip your cards up to get to 21 again. So we're able to go from 15 to 21 whenever we want with Varuckan, Reduce, and Orb of Sealing. And it's also a situation that like if this deck becomes meta and people Orb of Sealing your Advent and Fracturize their Orb of Sealing, it doesn't leave, so it gets stuck, right? You'd have to bring out your own Orb of Sealing and reduce your own Orb of Sealing because the Orb of Sealing says on leave, flip all cards up. So yeah, that's why Orb of Sealing is in there. We've got Looking Glass. Looking Glass is an amazing card. I'll save my talk for Looking Glass for another day, but it's so we can run Inert Sword because Inert Sword does 3 damage and kill allies with it. It's also for Consumption Ring. Consumption Ring is a very good card where you're able to kill people on their turn. You can pop Consumption Ring and Baleful them on their turn. It's kind of used aggressively. People think it's a defensive card. I think it's a screw you in cap card and Frostbind card. Like my own Viridian Trinket, one off Viridian Trinket. And then we have Grand Scenario, which is the Bonk Hammer. This is like 5 to 6 damage every turn. This is and once you have Advent in there, it's a 4 plus whatever your Survival Possessions is. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's material deck. Moving into main deck, we have. So we put two Annul Spells in. We want to Annul Spell Riles if we can. Being able to Annul Spell, so we figured out that if your opponent goes first on a Frag or Serene Spirit, and then they try to rile in your end step, you can Annul Spell and they can't pay for it, so it puts them really far behind. If your opponent can't rile and you can rile, you might win. That's welcome to Grand Archive. It's how it is currently. Annul Spell also good for Glimmering Refusals, Frostbinds, Veiling Breezes, End Souls, Spirit Blade Ascensions, Incarnate Majesties. Spirit Blade Ascension has to pay as a cost to take a sword away. So Annul Spelling it when they've sent a sword back ruins the Merlin's run completely. This card is very underrated. I've said it a million times. It was in my Jin deck. It was in my Merlin deck. I always run it. It's now in main board for this deck. We only recently put that in. It's probably the most recent card we actually put in, and it's a very strong card. 4 Dungeon Guides, very basic, you know about that. 2 Fleeting Guards is part of our Specter Package. It's also there to stop Burst Asunders. It's there to stop some End Souls. It's like a mini Resolute. 4 Liminal Guides, part of the Specter Package. You draw a card. Stable Remnants is a hot take. A lot of people don't realize why that's in here. Whenever I play it turn 1, they're like, "Oh, you're a Luxem Xander." And I go, "Ha ha ha." This is actually here because I want to hit Snow Whites for something. A Star Wars Shieldmate isn't going to be able to hit a Snow White. This is able to hit a Snow White. It's also there because a card later, Carter, he says when you sacrifice an automaton, you draw a card. So I want to sacrifice my Sables for my Carters to draw a card. That is very well. It's a float anyway. Like I don't lose anything by doing that. If this was an Honorable Vanguard, it would just be worse, right? In my deck. So, and it's often times where I'll have like 10 cards in hand. It'll be like a crap hand, and I can go like Sable Carter, draw a card, Sable Carter, draw a card. So, pretty cool. Star Wars Shieldmate, basic float. We're at 3 because we're trying to fit other float. Obviously, the 4 Undying Dreams is part of the Specter package. Crave Shock, no need to explain. Cremation Rituals are there to cremate stuff. 4 Hasty Messengers, very, very strong, able to discard Liminal Guards for like, mid level up, or like when you can swing with a hasty, discard a Liminal and Dungeon Guide, letting you draw a card, very strong. We're running 2 Reduced to Ash and 2 Varuckan Acolytes, so we're running half and half. The Varuckan Acolytes nearly auto win the matchup into Diana, the new Diana. If I'm able to see a Varuckan Acolyte early, and I pop that Aqua Mirage like turn 2 or 3, the Diana I think has unironically, unless you like Cheshire Cat like triple boot, I think it's like nearly unwinnable for them. Like it's very hard because the bow is such an important part of the deck, especially like the Salamander, like the Fire Diana. If you break that Salamander, like they are done. Like it's over. That one hasn't even got Spell Shroud. You can reduce it, so that's crazy. So we're running 2 and 2, halved. So that is just to be safe. I want to be able to hit the Spell Shroud stuff, but I obviously want to break Censor. They are there for Censor. 4 Riley Abyss. That's the whole reason why we're running the Specter package. And then 3 Evercurrent Raiders. This is the water float. It's just there because it's Specter float. I think everyone, like it used to be only like Merlins that were running multiple elements, but like this card's just too good for the Specter engine not to run. We went from 4 to 3 recently to put Annul Spells in because like I feel as though I said this to Bob yesterday that like you want a +2, like you want them a famous Ryle discard 2 float +2, like we want that. But like how many times do you actually want that in a game? You probably only want to +2 once in a game because the other times you're leveling up, you're going to be dungeon guarding probably for a level, and then you might be leveling to 2 with like whatever, like a float, right? So like although you want to see your Specter package, you want to see your Ryle the Abyss, you actually don't want to oversee it. If you just draw into Specters and Ryles and you're level 3, you're like, this is bad. I don't want this anymore. So I figured out that like my Specter package has been kind of shrinking slowly because you don't want it more than you need it. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does. It's like you only want a couple of them, especially if you draw the ones that aren't Rail the Abyss or you don't have any Rails, you're drawing dead cards. The same problem with like Merlin drawing too many floats, but nothing to discard them. They become dead cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. So yeah, we've kind of been minimizing it. I was told by my friend that was trying to help me that like I should go down to 12. For now, it does feel consistent. I've been playing 6 hours a day, so as long as it feels consistent, you shouldn't overtouch it. I believe is how I feel about things. Maybe my future iterations, if I go back to it, I'll go lower. But for now, keep it as it is. The 4 Advents, obviously there for the Balefuls, which is underneath after that, the Baleful Oblations. Carter, it was a Carter versus Flame Sweep me and Bob were arguing about. I like Carter more. I like to heal. Even healing like 1, 2, or 3 in a game can win you a game. Just puts you out of reach. It also, if the Carter can like stay on the board, you're able to like cleave for 2 and then pop an ally with your end step level 2, your 2 Unpreventable and heal 1 every turn. Extorting Blackjack, obviously explained before that we deal a lot of damage with it once we have our 15, 3, and 3 in there. And then Reckoning's Wake. So Reckoning's Wake is a fast Idle Thoughts that we can use because we have Looking Glass. This is really good into water decks that want to mill you. It's really good into Genbu as well when they like do their Genbu trigger and want you to mill a card. You can just like Reckoning's Wake, pick your Liminal Guide, mill it. It's also good to like, if you get censored, it's a really good card. You can like Reckoning's Wake and like try and move your Reduced to Ash or your Varuckan to the top card. I went down to 3. I had it at 4. I feel like just like the Specter package, like I don't want to just be drawing into Reckoning's Wakes when I'm level 3. I'd rather just have it when I need it, which is early, or when it's like I need to find that Baleful for my top 4. So yeah, that is the main deck. I kind of splits through that, but we kind of explained a lot of the synergies. Sideboard is still been kind of like a struggle. There's been a few cards that have been in there since day one. There's a few cards that we've kind of been fighting to have like in and out. Our sideboard currently is a Nullifying Mirror. That is for Luxem Xanders and for Tristans and for Wind Allies, just to stop, I guess, like imbues. I guess water as well, helps with imbues. It's mainly there so Luxem Xanders don't make us put our hand down. Luxem Xander is a bit of a rough matchup. If they make you put your hand down, you can't, interact as much as you'd like to. They're also playing Ryle and drawing 15 cards and like doing just as much damage as you are as well. So we kind of want Null Mirror there so we can interact, we can negate, we can react to stuff. 2 Crystallized Destinies, they've been put in today. They are brand new. We have put them in to deal with, I guess, there was apparently an EK Tony coming, Justin. There's also there's also Umbra Dianas.
I guess Umbra Diana makes sense. EK Tony I didn't see coming.
Apparently there's an EK Tony coming, I've been told. So I don't want to get one shot by an EK Tony. I have no answer for an EK Tony other than a Starship, mate. So I'm like, all right, let's just be safe. At the same time, Crystallized Destiny is such a wide, like, variant block, right? So we took out a Resolute, one extra Resolute, one extra Smashing Force for it. Also helps with the Umbra Diana, obviously. Being able to Umbra Diana, stop the Umbra Diana shot helps as well. We have 2 Resolutes. They are for aggro, allies, and Ensol. We have 2 Smashing Force. Smashing Force is another card that is Sensor Hate, but it's also Aqua Mirage Hate. So we can break Aqua Mirage, we can break Poison Daggers, we can break Sensors. Really good to break Merlin weapons. You want to break Merlin swords, you want to break Lorraine swords so they can't interact. You also want to break Impact Hammers. It's very, very good. Currently, this meta or this season's very Regalia heavy. Regalia is very strong. All the Regalias are coming out at 0 cost and strong, so you want to break them. We're at 3. We've gone down to 2. We believe that 6 interactions should be enough. More often than not, even if we do get censored, we're normally fine to turbo to 3 and kind of control, like stabilize still with a censor anyway. You just choose not to obviously rely heavy on the float. 2 Regal Inquisition. This card is insane when it's good, but bad when it's countered. So this thing is getting in-capped. It's getting Glimmering Refusal. If it isn't, you're being able to like pick at their hand and memory. You're also able to write down everything that's in their hand as well if you want to, and kind of keep a check on what they have at all times. Because you are in this game, you're allowed to write down everything you see. You're normally not allowed to, but in this, you could literally Regal, write down the whole list of what's in their hand and go, okay, use this card. You can just cross them off if you really want to. But yeah, very good card. You can pick out like wincons and like Lightweavers and stuff like that. Profane Bindings. This card is, I'm running it and Bob is not. It's just an Astral Seal. Like it's unexpected. I don't think people are expecting this. People get a bit scared by the -5 health, right? But when you're doing this, it's like the game-winning negate anyway. Like you're not doing this for like a creative shock, like at level 3, or you're not doing this for like a Fairy Whispers. Like you're doing this either on like an in-cap, you're doing this on a negate, you're doing this on an Ensol, you're doing this on like the winning Incarnate or the winning Fireball. So losing 5 HP doesn't actually matter, especially when we have 36 HP. So like, okay, we're gonna have 31 HP with this. Are we upset about 31 HP? It's still more than most decks.
It's insane threshold to reach anyway. Especially when your opponent will struggle more to reach it because their key card has been negated.
Correct, exactly right. So we're running 2 of those. I do like it. It's also, I've got a foil. It kind of, look, I'm sometimes biased, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. And sometimes when I see pretty cards, I'm like, I have to make it work. So I've got like my 2 foil Regals, and then I've got my foil Profane Bindings. So like I have to run them. Like I have to. And then we have 2 Spirelle. So 2 Spirelle. Spirelle is an amazing card. I will talk about the interactions with her quickly. A lot of people don't realize that you can pay 2 at any point, and you can reveal what you banished. So I'll explain what she does actually first before I explain the interaction. She is a 2 cost. She is a unique ally. On enter, as a spell, deal 3 damage to target unit at fast speed. Then you may banish a card from your hand or memory face down. You can pay 2 and rest her. You get to reveal the card banished by Spirelle with reserve cost X. You get to negate each activation of cards with reserve cost X. Put each card negated this way, and each card banished by Spirelle into their owner's memories. Then trigger each of Spirelle's on-enter abilities. Okay. So you don't have to negate something to do it. So in your opponent's end step, you can just pay 2 and deal 3 or something. You can also deal 3 to an ally that's trying to kill her, and you're losing nothing from it. You're just paying 2 and dealing 3. So she's a 6 damage swing, technically, because she's doing 3 on enter, and she's doing 3 when you pay 2. So she's a 4-cost deal 6. And then if she's not dealt with, she's doing 3 every turn. And best case scenario, she's negating a card and dealing 3 every turn. So she is very strong. She was just bought out on TCG Player. They're now like 20 USD each. I had to do it. Justin, I had to do it. We bought 2 SIGs.
Holy, okay. So yeah, how much is the SIG for her actually? How much did you
like
spend
3, on these? They're only like 200 USD at the moment, but like they're gonna go up, I think.
Yeah, when people realize she's good. The camera's not picking it up too well, but I have seen them in person.
They're
nice,
very pretty,
very shiny.
But no, she's very strong. She's very strong at Umbra Diana. The thing about this as well that I realized is that you can negate your own cards. So what you're able to do is you're able to potentially banish a Baleful, then you play a Baleful, then they attempt to incap your Baleful, and then you negate your Baleful and put it back in your memory.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So basically, you get your card back, which
and they don't
would otherwise have gone to graveyard. Yeah.
And their card fizzles.
So this card is actually insanely flexible. It's just no one's really
like
had the time to
looked
work
at
out the
it
uses.
properly.
Yeah.
Right.
And the scary thing is Tristan can use it too, so let's not tell them that part. But yeah.
Exactly right. That's the thing though. It's like you can Shadow Strike. Oh, you have to commute to Shadow Strike, I guess. But like you're able to do. It's just like I can't even think of like it's endless. The things I can think of that you would want to play, test the Frostbind, and then if they have the Frostbind, you send back your memory. It's just endless. I can't even think of like a good idea, a good example. Like even like I don't know, like an Umbral Tithe, right? If you play an Umbral Tithe and they have an answer for it, and you then just pay 2 and just send it back to your memory, you just Umbral Tithe the next turn, right?
Yeah, but even just the part where she does damage, 3 damage per turn, is extremely strong already.
Like how are allies supposed to deal with her? Like she just kills them. Like you just use her to clear. You have her and Carter out on the board, and then you just use her to kill an ally, and you heal 1. So it's deal 2. Pay 2, deal 3, heal 1 every turn.
It seems kind of insane, yeah. If you could get to once you get to level 3, you play out those 2.
Once you get to level 3, she shouldn't have been a 2 cost. Like don't get me wrong, it's a pseudo 4 cost because you have to pay 2 to use her effect. But like, how many people are going to get caught off guard when I have 2 cards in hand and they're like, oh well, he can't do anything, and then you negate something and putting a 3 cost is probably like you put a 3 cost in there. There's so many 3 costs that you can hit that like will be the game-winning 3 costs, but then it's obviously countered by Spirelle. So yeah, it's good. And it's also target unit, so you can even hit yourself for 3 and Chalice of Blood. Like, yeah, it's like endless. I could talk. The thing about this deck is like it's been a passion project for the last 2.5 to 3 weeks with me and Bob. So like this was going to be like a 25-minute video, but it's probably going to be like a 45-minute video because we're so passionate about that every card has like a meaning for being in it. Like we've picked every single card. We've gone over this so tightly. So yeah, it's a lot of rambling, Justin, but it's because the deck is like had a lot of work put on it.
Yeah, 100%. It's like it took you guys 3 weeks. Like I know you, Jason. You played 6 hours a day, basically.
I have. I've been playing at work.
Yeah,
I've been playing at home.
Work somehow. I don't know what happened there. We don't talk about that.
The wife is furious. Yeah. Everyone's furious. But if we get a good Quicksilver result and this becomes meta, then I've done my job. And like as per usual, back when like I made Umbra Diana meta, when I made Ferrari meta, I'll make it meta. People will jump on it, and then I'll jump off it. So it always happens the same. It always happens the same. And then I'll get clapped by it for like 2 months, trying to fix it. I'll beat it.
Yeah, you try to make the counter, and it just nothing works out. Yeah, so it's like, this video is a bit of a long one today, but, this is, as Jason said, it's his passion project. He spent so long making the deck, along with Bob as well. So, for a couple of weeks' work, 50-minute video, 50 minutes of your time. Thanks for watching. But, I do have one last question, or I guess 2 last questions, Jason, before we...
of course. We're already at 50 minutes, Justin. It doesn't matter.
It'll be 1 hour
people
video.
Are gonna watch it. I think people are going to watch it anyway because it's so in-depth, so it's fine.
Yeah, thanks, for all the watchers, if you've watched to this point, thank you so much for, sticking around, watching it.
Listening to Limelight ramble for 50 minutes, you mean?
Yeah. Some of it will probably go in one ear out the other, but don't worry about that. Yeah. So, for you, Jason, we got... I have to ask, what is the deck's worst matchup, and how would you overcome it for anyone who wants to play this CL deck?
Luxem Zen is the hardest matchup. It's probably the only matchup I'm worried about. Allies, aggro, and stuff we've kind of dealt with now. we originally couldn't deal with aggro, but then once I added Carters in, it became a lot easier. I'd say Luxem Xander just because like incaps are hard. Winterest obviously has incaps too, but the fact that Luxem is able to, like, they're running a rail package as well, so they're drawing just as much as you. You're not really, like, when two rail players verse each other, they're not interacting with each other. They're playing solitaire because there's no censor. So I get to draw 10 cards, but you get to draw 10 cards. It comes down to, is my 10 cards better than your 10 cards? And at the end of the day, Luxem has the best cards. So, because their cards pull my cards down. So it's like, what if I have 20 cards and they have 20 cards, they put my cards down, they use their 20 cards. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, it's like, it's an inevitable loss because Luxem has the power to put your hand down, and that's the strength. That's why Null Mirror is there as well, to stop us from putting our hand down. But like the fact, like 2-cost incap, like incap turns off the Baleful is hard. That's why we have the Profane Bindings inside. We also can try and Spirelle it with Smashing Force. The weird thing is that incaps are 4 costs, so you need 4 costs. I don't really run 4 costs other than the Smashing Force. So yeah, I would definitely say Luxem is the hardest matchup. It is. You can do it. You can high roll. You can go first. You can beat them quickly if they kind of get a bad hand. But I think if both decks high roll, I think Luxem wins.
And so yeah, to deal with it, you have the counter cards like Null Mirror. Like, I love your sideboard here does actually respect Luxem.
It's also, I've done this with every deck, and I'm always like this. And everyone watching, you guys should be like this too. You're not going to build a deck that beats everything. It's going to be a deck that you can lose to, and you have to accept that loss with your range of wins. So if you, like, I believe there's decks that beats everything but Luxem. I'm semi-confident. Like, I've been playing a lot of this deck, and like, unless it's like a skill gap, or like, you know, if someone gets smashed because like the player difference in skill, if you're only losing to one deck, one maybe two, like Tristan maybe as well, but you're beating everything else, then it's a great choice for an event. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, with every deck I played into this, it was extremely hard to play into. So
yeah.
It's a very strong deck, and definitely one that's worth giving a shot at the very least. But yeah, it is notably quite expensive though. Especially the whole rail package is expensive. It's not the CL cards that are expensive; it's the rail package.
We should make another video on how expensive cards are now, but that'll be a different video, I think.
Yeah, just pressure the devs to reprint the little guide or do something because it's like $100.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So before we wrap up this, do you have any like last things you want to say? Any last comments before we wrap it up?
I think that the thing I want to say, or the final thing I do want to say, is that if you have a meme idea in your head and you have jank ideas in your head, if you put time and effort in, like I have with this, they quickly become not meme and not jank. Like the interactions that you see in your head that are funny and that sound strong might be strong. And like, currently Grand Archive doesn't have as many cookers as they do people who follow the meta. We need more cookers. We need more people building decks. So like things like this, like if you see decks that are funny, like take the time, put like actual competitive foundations in it, like the normal, like if it's like a win deck, put like the Win Tristan foundation in, and then add your funny stuff at the end and try it out, because like there is so many things that probably like the community is missing that are strong. Like, and I think the devs have said that like there are so many decks that have been strong, like in testing, that the community never found. So just cook. I know people are busy. They've got like real life work and stuff like that. Like not everyone can practice on their work time like I can. So, you know, but like just try and have fun and play with those fun decks and like really flesh them out.
Yeah, I think 100%. There's a lot of like all those random cards that people think are bad might not actually be bad. It just might be untested, and that's more of the reason why we need more people. Like I think especially in a community that's like Grand Archive isn't exactly small, but it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh size, or anything where people find everything within 2 weeks. So there's a lot of uncharted territory that you can use, like to get an element of surprise and win events. You know, you win a whole like regionals, even above, playing a deck that no one's seen before, just because they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and currently, like for example, Ascent Boston's coming in 2 weeks, and a lot of people are waiting to see Quicksilver Cup results, which you guys will have day one results probably when this comes out, which is kind of cool. But you know, people are waiting to see decks because like they don't know what the meta is going to be, and a lot of people are like not willing to shape a meta. There's only a few people in the community that will shape a meta, that will be like have the confidence. I guess what I'm saying is like people need more confidence in their deck building skills, because like people like no one's going to look at this themselves and take this to an event, pay what $800 it probably cost me to fly to New Zealand. Most people don't have the confidence to do that. They'll look at this and be like, nah, it's too risky. It looks like a meme, blah, blah, blah. But It's the people who have the confidence to take new things that make the metas in the first place. So people have to they have to have the confidence in their skill sets and in their deck building skills. And you know what? Like, if you're not good at deck building, like, you can always get advice. Like, we have a team at Creative Shock of like 6 or 7 of us that we can bounce off. Bounce off your friends. If you don't have friends, even bounce off in the general chats. Like, there is stuff out there to cook, and like, yeah, people are willing to help as well. So
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, because of that, that's how this deck was born, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, guys, let us know how you feel if you tried out this deck. Let us know how it went, and give it a shot, because we do we've Jason and Bob put a lot of time into this deck, and hopefully it goes well. But even if it doesn't, let us know how it went in the comments. If you got absolutely smashed, it's fine.
Well,
we want to hear about it. Yeah.
Please pray
That
for
being
me.
said, though, please win.
Please
Hope you win.
Please don't look at this video. Don't look at this video and then look at my results and I'm last. Please,
Yeah.
okay? If you look at this video and look at me and I'm like 6-0 for the day, then it's gonna be perfect. But let's just hope for the best.
Yep.
Hope for the best.
So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video, and if you please subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time. That was us from Creative Shock.
Thanks, guys.